James Kaufman, World News Report today. Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a 6.0 magnitude earthquake right on top of Taiwan. This earthquake occurred on a plate tectonic boundary that's not connected properly, but is working on it. It's also directly on top of a volcanic chain. That's correct. The earthquake came in as a 6 on our DYFI, a 6 on our shape map, and a default depth of 10 kilometers, meaning they couldn't accurately define the depth of this earthquake here. I'm going to zoom in and show it to you. You can see one plate actually not connected here, also not connected here to here, and there's no connection between this part of the plate either. Now this is Manila here, and this is Taiwan here. This is actually your Indonesian plate, and this is your Eurasia plate. Your Pacific plate is way over here. So we have a real situation. And of course you can see all the volcanic ridges that run through these areas here. One volcano after another. This goes up into Japan with several active volcanoes in this chain. Currently, we'll take a look at those volcanoes in just one moment. All right, moving over to volcanoesandearthquakes.com. We'll zoom on in. And first off, notice these connections that we talked about. Every plate in red is an actual tectonic plate. The plates in blue are partial plates, and the plates in black are what they expect to happen over the next, several years or hundreds of years, depending on the area. You can see all the active volcanoes on this ridge here running into Taiwan. And remember, no plate tectonic connection here, Eurasia plate here, Indonesian plate here, Pacific plate here, and there's no connection in this area here either. You can see the black line running through. Let's get some detailed information on this. It looks like a 6.0, USGS being the main source here, a default depth of 10 kilometers, meaning they don't know how deep this was. No active volcanoes currently on Taiwan, but this area, as you can see, is filled with volcanoes that could erupt at any moment. They're just not currently erupting or awakening. All right, we also have Raspberry Shake coming in at 5.8, default depth 10 kilometers. And the French coming in at a mere 5.4 default depth. We'll get some detailed information on this quake over to volcanodiscovery.com. We can see this is our area of interest right here. And we had a very strong magnitude 6.0 earthquake. Christmas Eve, December 24th. Get some more info on this. All right, so earthquake details. It looks like the USGS is going to be our main reporting agency here. Only 23 reports came in. Not very many to be right there on Taiwan. I guess they're just used to 6.0s. Here, a 6.0 default depth, 10 kilometers, and not even an entire atomic bomb worth of energy. 0.9 atomic bombs worth of energy were released with this earthquake. Taking a close look, here we have 22 reports of someone feeling the quake. It did say in the summary that they think everyone on the island, 12.5 million people, would have felt the quake at some level. But reporting-wise, only 20 some odd people reported this. And you can see, there's a really heavy report up here in orange, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And then another report here. Don't know why There's an orange report up here, which means severe or heavy intensity. And the light blue, obviously, is less intense as it moves out, like it should be. Now, this is a 6.0, again, right there in Taitung, Taiwan, onshore, so there's no tsunami warning. We won't go to the National Data Buoy Center because there won't be any type of buoys in event mode. All right, comparing quake data from different reporting agencies, USGS comes in at a 6.0, coming in heavier than everyone else. Default depth 10 kilometers. Germany a 5.87, Raspberry Shake a 5.8, all default depths. We have the French coming in at 5.48, always the lowest, plus or minus 2.6. And we have the Central Weather Bureau, which I had to look up. I won't lie to you. That's the Taiwanese government. And they came in at a 6.1 magnitude, heavier, with a real depth of 12 kilometers. Then we have Indonesia coming in at a 5.8 default depth. Europeans a 6.0, 12 kilometers of depth as well. That must be a good number. We have the Incorporated Research Institute for Seismology coming in at 6.0, default depth. We have the Italians coming in at 6.0, plus or minus 0.2, 15 kilometers of depth. So this was a very shallow earthquake. And we have Australia coming in at a 5.7, which is kind of odd, with a default depth of 10 kilometers. A depth given as 10 kilometers with an asterisk often means that the depth of the quake could not be determined with sufficient accuracy. This is a very active area. Plenty of 6s and 7s have been felt. You can see the 6.0 today, 12 kilometers northeast of Taitung, about 9 hours ago. In 2024, last year, we had a 7.4, and the biggest quake in this area was 106 years ago, an 8.2. But there have been plenty in the 6 to 7.5 range. So it's a very active area. And again, they do think that 12.6 million people felt the ground shaking in one way or another from this quake. So in summary, a magnitude 6.0 earthquake right on top of Taiwan. We know that we have plate tectonic boundaries or plates that don't connect in this area. Also, it's a volcanic ridge. With that said, if we see any large quakes, I will keep you apprised. Honorable mentions, I don't really see anything too honorable. God bless. Please share. Give us a thumbs up. Always remember, anything's possible in Bizarro World.